Okay, how do you do it? How do you go about identifying customer categories? A large part is about behaviour. If I'm running a shop, a local shop, at one of these Spire places, and I get people who, customers who are, say, let's say in their 60s, they come in regularly, maybe every day, 3 or 4 times a week. They come in during the day, and they're very price conscious, and they're buying really staples. Okay, same shop. I've got another set of customers who come in less regularly. They come in the evening. They don't care about price particularly, and they're buying, let's say, luxury goods, or at least non-essentials. Those are 2 different sets of customers. And clearly, if I was a sophisticated retailer, I would be able to deal with both of those people in the way I merchandise my stuff, and the layout and pricing and so on and so forth. So, what do you need to do to identify your customer categories? Look for the different benefits they're seeking. Look for the different triggers for their purchase. We're going to talk about triggers later on. Look at the different ways, places and times they buy. Demographics, attributes of the, could be the person or the company. This applies to both B2B and B2C. The different uses they make of your product. This is a Singer story. It's a sewing machine, but actually it's not a sewing machine. It's a source of revenue, or it's a source of fashionable clothes. 2 different things entirely. So on page 3 of your work, we need to make sure, we haven't got a lot of time here, but what you're talking about here in customer categories, what are the different collection of benefits that those people are looking for, so that your proposition is different for them. So I think the distribution is a benefit. So there's something they're looking for in terms of distribution that you can provide, as well as the cakes. Yeah. So, but you can understand that you're not going to do this in 2 minutes. This might take many days or hours over many weeks to think through and talk to people. And of course, key thing is ask your customers. That is the most important thing here. Ask your customers why. Why? What was it you're looking for? Why did you choose us? Or even ask why you didn't choose us if you lose a bid. I can sympathise with that in terms of conveyancing. The harsh reality is that if it is not possible to identify different categories and why people need to be dealt with in different ways, you're going towards commodity. Because it's very difficult to differentiate something if actually you don't, it's just an amorphous mass out there and all buying it for the same reason. So I think in 2 minutes, yeah, absolutely understand where you are. But it might be worth, in terms of conveyancing, I mean, certainly there's the obvious split, which is commercial, domestic. There's also people that are moving up, moving down, retirees, all of these things. So things may be of more or less relevance or importance to them. So you need to spend longer thinking that through. But you get the point. I hope we've made the point. This is why it's worth thinking about customer categories. You cannot be... It's like all marketing, I think. If you're superficial, if you kind of tick the box, it's not going to help much. It's all about the thinking. Why exactly? Why do these people buy and never quibble about price, and these people, it's a real pain because they look the same? So what is it that's different about them? And it's about digging into it and using those criteria or any others that are useful to you. And some may not be. And the unfortunate thing with this exercise, if I start with the top, which is where's the lead coming from, I think, is that right? So everybody spends, where's the lead? And that might not be important at all. It's just, you had to start somewhere. Okay.